Welcome to Death-Safe Pinball. Today we're going to be installing a Laseriffic Pinball topper on my Stern Indiana Jones. When it comes to pinball machines, I am all about theme integration, especially on pinball machines like this Indiana Jones. So when I want to add mods to my games, I want to make sure that they are all accurate to the theme. And there's a lot of Indiana Jones toppers out there that just do not do the theme justice. It's just a hodgepodge of all kinds of Indiana Jones things thrown together in one, and it just looks super, super ugly. So the best topper I found was from Laseriffic. You got Indiana Jones here on the side, you have a temple in the background, he's got his whip and he's grabbing the headpiece to the Staff of Ra. Now like I said, I like my mods to be accurate. This isn't very accurate to the movie. Sometimes I wonder if people who make mods, or even people who design half the games, I wonder if they've even seen the movies, because if you've seen the movie, you know that Indiana Jones never grabs the headpiece to the Staff of Ra with his whip, and he never even has the headpiece in a temple because it's in Egypt and the temple is from the beginning of Raiders. So it's just the whole thing. I like to make my things accurate. Maybe you're not as picky as I am, but when it comes to mods and theme integration on games, I am very, very picky. But like I said, compared to other toppers out there, this is gonna be your best bet for topper for Indiana Jones. But without any further ado, let's install this thing. First thing you wanna do is make sure your game is powered off. We're gonna be in the back box. You don't wanna bump anything, you don't wanna hit anything, you don't wanna break the game, so just turn your game off. Makes life a hell of a lot easier. Next up, you're gonna wanna go ahead and remove the back glass. You have to unlock it. If you don't know where the key is, it's most likely in the coin door of your machine. So just go ahead and unlock it, and then pop the glass up, and take it out. Set this aside somewhere safe. You don't wanna break it. Now some machines actually have a hole on top of the game to feed a wire through if there was a topper that was actually made by Stern. Unfortunately, there wasn't a licensed topper for this game, so we're gonna have to drill a hole on top of the machine, and that makes me very, very nervous, but we're gonna have to do it if we want to get that topper installed. We're gonna want to take our topper and kind of test fit it up here, figure out where it's gonna go. Pretty much take this center line here and center it with the lock for your back box, because that's like the center of the back of the game. So if you just line that up, it should look pretty good. Now you want this paper facing forward, because obviously you don't want the branding and the cord showing, because this just kind of looks bad. It will look a lot cleaner if you have it like this. So the reason you want to test fit it is because you want to figure out where you're going to have to drill your hole. So if you can see the wire kind of poking in right there, that's where we're going to drill our hole. So I got my handy drill here, and we're just going to plop it right back there. And you're gonna wanna drill really, really slowly, because you don't wanna hit anything down below. And it looks like we're clear, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Now that I have a small hole in the top, I'm gonna go ahead and move this out of the way so we don't smash it. So I started poking through the bottom in here, so now what I'm gonna do is just take a little cup, stick it under there, and then finish drilling the hole. That way I don't get a bunch of sawdust all inside these electronics. I don't want to damage anything. I don't want my game to be dirty. So I'm just going to take a little cup and just hold it right there. Now we're pretty much ready to install this thing, but first I want to feed the power cable up through the hole, because I drilled the hole kind of small just so you couldn't notice it, and the power tap end won't fit like this. So we're going to have to go up like this. We'll just leave it hanging there and plug this in. Hard to do like this. All right, cool. We've got that plugged in. We're gonna do a quick little test fit. Look at it, this looks perfect. This is gonna look awesome. So now there's these 3 little sticky pads. These are actually Velcro pads. So if you need to move the game and you don't wanna smash the topper around while you're moving the game, you can actually just take this off, and the Velcro sticky part will still be on the top of your game, so you can just throw it right back up when you're all done moving the game. So we're gonna go ahead and peel this sticky stuff off. Try not to peel the actual Velcro off. As I say that, I'm peeling the Velcro off. All right, now we are ready to roll. Again, line it up. Line up the middle one with the lock for your back box. I don't want it too far forward. Probably right about there. That's it. That's the spot. Make sure it's secured in place. Press down on all the little legs. This is actually a really ingenious way of doing this, so shout out to Laseriffic. I don't know if they came up with this method or whatever, but I mean, this is a really fantastic product, just well designed in general. So let's, we're gonna peel this thing off, and then we're gonna see the reveal of the topper. I always have trouble peeling off like this paper stuff. Please let me know if the sped up time lapses are like boring and excessive. If they get old, leave a comment down below. So let's go down into the back box and wire this thing up. So to actually power up the topper, we're gonna have to tap in to the power supply here. Let me move these keys out of the way just so you can get a better view. And this will work for any Stern SAM system or even the White Star system. We're basically just gonna take out this connector right here on top, if I can get to it. And then they provide this little board right here. It's like a power tap board. So that is gonna go, actually let's plug in, this is the cable for the topper itself. Let's plug that in first, just right in there. There's only one way to do it, you can't really screw it up. Although I could probably find a way. And then this is gonna get plugged in right where we unplugged that 15 pin connector. I believe it's J16. And of course, when you're plugging in connectors like this, just make sure to be super careful you don't bend any of the pins. But now, just take this cord, plug it right back in, and it's all gonna work the same. We're literally just tapping into the power. So that is pretty much it. I'm gonna take this cord and just tuck it up here so it doesn't touch anything else, bump anything, and ruin the game, but that's it. It's plug and play, super simple. Let's fire up the game and see what it looks like. All right, here it is, moment of truth. Oh, whoa, that's a sick light show, but we definitely gotta change that. That actually looks really, really sick. It's really, really bright. We definitely gotta fix the strobing effect, so let's hop up there. There's a little button on the back. I probably should have showed that earlier, but we can kind of mess around with the controls. So you can choose to have it a solid color, or you can choose to have it strobe out. I wanna figure out if there's a way to get it to like fade, like just flow from each different color nice and smoothly. There we go. That's what I like. I don't know how I did it, but I figured it out. Let's see if I can slow it down a little bit here. Well, I've come to the conclusion I do not know how to work this thing at all. Every time I touch it, something new happens. I kind of want to peel it up just so I can see the settings. Let's test out this Velcro. So you have mode, demo, speed, brightness, and power, and then color. Okay, so that's how you change the speed, is with this thing. I don't know how many variations of the speed. So the speed is in the middle. You really can't see with my stupid finger in the way. You can change the mode, so you can change if it flashes, fades, just stays on a solid color. With the first button here, change the speed, everything else with that one, and then the last one is color. So I think I finally found a setting that I'm happy with. I like the fade in and out. I think the only flaw with this thing is this little control device here. I would have much rather it just come with a remote like every other LED strip. It makes it a hell of a lot easier. So there it is in all its glory, the Indiana Jones pinball topper. I really like the fade setting. I think leaving it on a solid color is just kind of boring. That adds something fun to it. I kind of wish that it like reacted with like the flashes or something, but it still looks pretty damn cool. And this almost completes my mods on Indiana Jones. I think the last thing I want to add is speaker lights, and then I'm pretty much done, and I'll do like a whole overview of everything I've done to this game because I've done a lot to it. So now the ultimate test is whether the settings save once I turn the game on and off, because if it doesn't save, I'm gonna be slightly upset, and we're gonna have to figure out a way to fix that, because I'm not climbing up there every time I turn this game off, and this was too expensive to just leave it turned off. Let's go ahead, turn the game off, see if the settings save. And I really, really hope that they do. And they do! Yes! Perfect! I was a little bit worried that they weren't gonna save, just because that little control thing is a little weird, so thank God they saved, because I was not about to climb up there every time I turn this game on. That just about does it for this video. Hopefully I helped you installing your topper if you had any questions. It's a really, really simple process, really easy to do, and again, this is universal for all SAM systems and the White Star system games. And if you want one of these toppers for yourself, you can pick it up at Laseriffic. I'll leave the link down in the description below. I personally think that this is the best topper for your Indiana Jones pinball machine. They have it for the Williams one as well, so if you have the Williams one or the Stern one, you can get this topper for your game. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you stick around here on Death Save Pinball.